Okay, guys, 828 Fine Adventure here. I'm getting to drive a 2023 Hybrid Sport CRV. It's all-wheel drive. It's a four-cylinder and it's a hybrid. It's got everything blacked out on it. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to do a little review on it. So let's check this out. So it looks pretty sporty with that blacked out grille. And I also like the way they made it come forward. Got these black wheels and accents, black mirrors. Still got some chrome around the windows. Of course, if I had this, I would black that out immediately. Has wheel arches, arcs, whatever you want to call them. I call them flares, fender flares. That's good. It helps with the door dings. Emblems in black on one side. The other side, CRV and hybrid, is in silver. I would definitely take care of that and black it out along with the Honda emblem. Maybe even the exhaust tips. But I don't know. Some people like the chrome, which is fine. Got some tinted windows from the passenger doors back. Looks good. Alrighty. Sporty looking car. Now let's take a look at the engine. Gas struts. That's nice. So what we have here is a 2-liter direct injection 4-cylinder engine. As you can tell, it's a hybrid. It has these orange cables they put on the hybrids that, where the hybrid motor is attached. It has a CVT transmission, disc brakes, struts all around, really good, smooth, quiet ride, especially with the hybrid motor. This thing is like super quiet. You can't even tell when you turn it on, except the gauges fluctuate back and forth. Has all the safety stuff you can need. Not only does it have all the airbags, but it also has all the lane departure and all that stuff they're putting on cars these days. So it's really hard to get in an accident, but people still do, and they will still hit you. So, just be careful, folks, if you get one of these new fancy cars. But I really like here, as you can see, let me pan down a little bit. They've extended the front end out. This gives them more room. You have your radiator under here, and it just gives more room in the front end. It gives it the design gives the vehicle a more truck-like, I don't know, just a more just a nice design. Maybe it's me because I'm old school, but I like the way they're redesigning the Hondas. They're pulling the front end out a little more square. Now I understand from what I've read that when this was rounded over, like it was for so many years on a lot of the Hondas and Toyotas and stuff, was for pedestrians in case you hit one. So they roll over the hood instead of being launched forward where they land in the street. That's just what I've read and heard. Don't know if that's actually true, but I'm glad they've gone back to this design. Maybe people shouldn't walk in front of cars. So here's the window sticker on this car. Now look at that. 35,650, 33,900 to start. The only option it says it has is a premium exterior color and a destination and handling. Which is a given, whatever that means. I guess with all the time they took to clean it up and get it all ready to sell. But that's a pretty good price on a car these days, especially in all-wheel drive. This has really nice interior, so let's go check that out. So I'm going to go ahead and open the back here. It's got a little push button here. It's got pretty good shocks on it to open the hatch. It's not automatic though. Not sure if that's an option. One thing I noticed about this, because it's a hybrid, I tried to look and see if it had a spare. This is just a permanent floor down here. I guess that's where the battery is, or some part of the hybrid mechanism. What it does have, it's got some storage compartments here and over here. Right in here, check this out. I'm going to try to show this to you. Looks like an air compressor and a little funnel. I guess if you had to put oil in there or something, or a windshield washer fluid, I'm sure is what that's for. But yeah, look at that. Got a little air compressor. with directions on it. Well, I don't know how anybody's going to handle that or handle plugging a tire, but let's check this thing out. See if I can. There we go. It's got a little buckle. Comes out. See what we got here. This is, all right. Got a little gauge on it. Got a little on and off. Looks like it's not a real powerful one. It does have the hose. Has some little gauges there. It's just a little 12-volt air compressor, and you have a little 12-volt thing right here. Yeah, I don't know how I would like this. I don't know how this compressor would do. It's probably fine. It just goes in like that, and you can pull this strap over after you get the compressor situated. Snap that in, and this little piece here, and this is made pretty substantial, you know. It's not a breakable type plastic. If you're gentle with it, it'll go right in. So that's interesting, but I'm not a fan of not having a spare. Even though I'm not a fan of changing a tire on the highway, I do like the option. If you get a flat, you pull over into a parking lot, and you can change your tire. So I don't see a spare in this one, but that's okay. You know, that's the way cars are going these days. You just call the motor club or AAA, and they come out and they change your tire for you. So don't fear that. You know, just be patient. They'll get to you and they'll change your tire for you. Now, when it comes to closing the hatch, it's pretty easy. You just reach up right here, and you just pull it down. The shocks let it go. Okay, so let's check out the interior of this car. I'm going to go ahead and get in the back seat right here. What you'll be able to see by me getting in the back seat is I have the front driver's seat adjusted to where I like it when I drive, and I'm 6 foot tall, and I'm a big guy, you know, so I'm going to get in the back behind the driver's seat and show you how much leg room there is. So let's check this out. And I have the armrest down that has 2 drink holders. I'm going to fold that up. Here I am. Look at this. Look at this. This vehicle, I have headroom. I have leg room. This is like riding in the back of the Tundra. I mean, this is nice. And these seats are comfy. I mean, this isn't bad at all. You see here. Even with the door shut, this is nice. I'm really amazed here. This is it's got a little handles here. It's got a sunroof. It's got a pocket behind the passenger seat. That's normal, unless you get the real top of the line, you know, a touring edition of a Honda. I don't think, maybe not even then do you get a pocket behind the driver's seat. But you guys can tell me. Leave me a comment. But the interior, the back doors, this is plastic. In the front, it's soft, but it's substantial. Has this nice carbon fiber look trim. Yeah, this is soft with red stitching. That's nice. I like this. So here, let's take a look at that interior closely. This is what I was talking about. This is hard, but this is soft down here with the red stitching. That looks nice. It's kind of a black and charcoal interior with red stitching. Got 2 drink holders here. There's the pocket behind the passenger seat. Got a couple of vents and USB plugs. I guess that's the new style USB plugs down there for the new phones. This one has all-weather mats. Also has some carpeted mats underneath it. So that's nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see if these seats recline. Let's see what they do. They do recline. Look at that. So you can do this little lever here. You can bring it up. You have more stuff to put in the back, but if you're like me, yeah, look at that. So you can recline them differently depending on, you know, how you're driving and what you want. Very nice. Now this interior is all black and black cloth. If this was leather, it would be hotter in the summer, and leather, of course, is colder in the winter. But that's what heated seats are for, right? Yeah. So this is very nice. Let's check out the front. So as you can see up here, they've put like a pleather console lid on it. It's a soft leather with red stitching. They have a little boot around the shifter with red stitching. That's where you have your driving mode right there, and your parking brake and your downhill assist button. You can see right there you have some USBs and a 12-volt plug. Climate controls. I like the way they've done the vents. They've hid the little vents that collect dust, and they've given you a big grill with these little joysticks to adjust the vents. As you can see right here, there's the little joysticks that adjust the vents. That's pretty neat. Okay. There's your infotainment screen. I'll show you that in a minute. They give you a leather-wrapped steering wheel with red stitching. Everything matches really well and looks really good. This is nice and soft up here. It kind of gives a nice, like the dash, it gives a nice feel. I mean, for this kind of money, it's a great value. Here we have sunroof. It's big, perfect. I don't use sunroofs, but it's pretty neat. So there's your view. That's pretty neat right there. That's a nice car. So let's get in the front seat and show you some closer ups of that. So the front driver seat in this model is a multi-way electric adjust. You know, you can lower the seat, you can raise the seat, you can tilt it back, you can do lumbar, which I hate. So I always sink the lumbar all the way back in. I do lower the seat all the way because I'm a tall guy. Let's go ahead and let's get in here. So this is soft. The dash is soft. So again, it's got this nice boot with the red shifter boot with the red stitching. The shifter is real nice too. It has like, it looks to be stainless metal on here. Looks really good. Again, there's your infotainment. It's the controls aren't too crazy. It's pretty easy to understand and use. Seems like it just has a regular mirror. I don't know if that's an auto dimming or not. I don't see any wires. That's something I would prefer, is to get an auto dimming and something with home link on it. And you know, that's just me in my other vehicles. Up here you have your some dome lights and your interior lights. This is your sunroof controls. Place up here for sunglasses. A lot of people don't use that. They don't even realize what it's for, but that's for sunglasses. And you know, just your typical visors with your little, you know, I don't know what they call these makeup lights or vanity mirrors. I mean, you have no business doing that in the car. And you know, pretty nice. I mean, it's really a great value. You know, it's really nice. Now, this is what a 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid Sport horn sounds like. That is weak. I would definitely have to put a Euro horn, Type R horn, or something louder. It might be enough, but that just, it might as well be a beep beep horn like the Subarus have. And you can watch my other video on that, where I upgraded the Subaru horn to a JDM horn that is 3 horns, and it is super loud. It's like a big truck horn, and it really surprises people when somebody's coming into your lane and you blow that horn. So let's move on here. Okay, when you start the car, put your foot on your brake, hit the start button, and that's it. You don't hear the motor, you don't hear anything. If you put it in reverse, I'm going to do the emergency brake off, and I'm going to put it in reverse. I don't know if you can hear that sound. It sounds like slee stacks in a cave or some kind of weird whining noise. I think that comes from the front. It's to let people know that you're backing up so you don't back over somebody, because a quiet car in a parking lot is a dangerous car. So I'm going to put it back in park. The sound turns off. As you can see here, let me show you up here. You have your driving modes, sport, then you can go down, normal, econ, and snow. And that's all. I'm going to put it on normal. And over here, it shows, that I need to put my seatbelt on. So let's do that. Okay. And now let me show you. I'm going to roll through a few things here. A couple of different modes. Okay. So let's go to home screen. We can go range and fuel, power flow, warnings, gauge display settings, brightness, safety support, maintenance, seatbelts, all-wheel drive torque distribution, driver attention, like if you're driving, for several hours, speed and time, range and fuel, and power flow. So let's click on power flow. It's going to show the battery and how the vehicle charges the battery as you drive. That gets us the hybrid system and the way it works. I'm not super familiar with hybrid systems, but that seems to be what it shows when I drive. It shows power coming from the front wheels back, so it must charge that way, since it's not a complete EV. So then I'm going to go back. I'm going to roll it up to warnings, and I'm going to hit the round button again. The way you do this is you scroll this button in the middle, and then you press it. You can go back to home to see all of them. Then you scroll, and then you press. So I did that when it's gauge display settings. I don't want to do that. So I hit the home button, went back, and I'm going to go to, let's go up to maintenance, seat belts, all-wheel drive torque distribution. I'm going to press that little scroll button right there. Now it's going to come up. And when I drive, when I'm giving it gas, all those four wheels will light up and show me what wheels are getting traction and how they're going, which is kind of cool. Kind of a cool thing. It shows you, especially if you're on a dirt road or in snow, you can see which wheels are getting traction and everything. And sometimes that helps. Let's talk about snow for a minute. If you're in snow mode and you're in snow driving and it feels like this vehicle is not getting any traction, the thing to do is to put snow tires on your car, like an all-weather snow tires. You can get tires that are the 3 Mountain Peak, and those are good in the snow, and they're good in the rain, and they're good everywhere. So, you tires like that are the Cross Climate Michelins, the Yokohama Geolanders. I think there's a few others out there. Maybe BF Goodrich makes one. Just remember that the 3 Mountain Peak tire is what you want if you live in a climate that gets snow every winter. That's going to help just tremendously with stopping and acceleration. So regular tires that come on a vehicle from the dealer, brand new, or for getting you the most gas mileage and the quietest ride. They usually don't last that long either because they're really super soft rubber. So anyways, I just wanted to throw that in there. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We can go up to driver attention, speed and time, range and fuel, which is what I will leave it on mostly. And that one, let's press the little scrolly button. And there we go. It tells me, gas mileage, how much I have left, and everything. And that's pretty much the basic gauge you want to leave it on. Yeah, I want to see one thing too. I want to see if it has let's see if it has, maintenance would be 60% to oil life. It's not telling me how hot the engine's getting. Let's see if there's one that shows that. Safety, brightness settings, power flow, range and fuel. I'm just going to leave it on that. It looks like it doesn't have one that talks about your engine temp. Maybe it's not necessary now, but I'm sure to let you know if you're getting too hot. But anyway, so there you go. That's the gauges. I'm sorry if that's a little shaky. I'm trying to hold it with my hand. But I wanted to show you this. And let's check something out also here. The glove box is okay size. You have storage in the doors, in the front and the back. Now the passenger seat is manual for adjusting it. Just like in the old days, you just slide it forward with that bar underneath, and it has a little lever here for tilting the back. But it's somewhat comfortable, so I don't think you'd have a problem, if you had to drive a long distance in it. Got a couple of drink holders down here. Now this, I'll tell you this, the drink holder's got a little piece of rubber down there, and it'll hold your drinks. This piece here is plastic, and it kind of feels cheap. I would definitely, if this was my vehicle, put a piece of rubber over this, just because if you put your keys there, or change, they're just going to rattle. This piece up here, it's got a piece of rubber on it. That'll keep your phone from sliding around, and it'll be quiet. In the glove box, it looks like you can get a tray that goes in here, that goes across, but it's fine. It has a nice piece of carpet on the bottom. It's big enough, and I'm sure if you wanted to, you could get a safe to go in here so you could lock things. I have one in my Tundra, and I love it, and I use it every day. All right. Well, there's the interior. Okay, so let's take a look at this infotainment. It's pretty easy. Just turn it on. We'll keep the volume down so YouTube doesn't, dog my videos. And, you got phone, no phone detected. You've got radio. You can set all your stations. Media, no device connected. That would be for Apple CarPlay and such. And then let's see, connect, no device connected, smartphone or USB. So you would definitely plug in your phone down here into this one, and that would get your Apple CarPlay to start working, which is really nice. And let's see what the menu has to offer. Okay, so here we are, and then all you do is you can touch these and scroll through whatever you want. You can go back, let's go back again. Touch panel sensitivity, rear panel settings, language, license, factory data reset, display adjustment. You can do all kinds of things. What I do whenever I get a vehicle and it has a new infotainment system is I just play with it. I get in the car, with the car in park, put the key in, put the air conditioning on, and I just start pressing buttons and seeing what they do. And that's how I learn. So, it's pretty easy. So, sound settings, let's see what that does. Oh, so you have balance treble. I mean, you could really make the stereo sound really thumpy if you wanted to, if that's something you like. But, so you can see, you just press buttons and see what they do, See, let me show you. See, you've got the whole equalizer here. This is awesome. So, that's nice. Then you can just hit the back button and go back. It's easy. There you go. Back to the radio. And this radio sounds really good. I I didn't know what to expect. This is CRV. It's not the Passport or the Pilot or the Ridgeline. So, it has a really good stereo. So I think you'd be fine with it. So if you want, we can go for a little drive. This thing drives really nice, super quiet. And, so let's go do that. So the ride is super quiet, except for that little noise that the hybrid motor puts out, or the little sound maker they put on these, so one's coming, because they're super quiet when they go real slow. Otherwise this vehicle is just really quiet. Excuse the road noise. I'm on a rough road. So this would be a very comfortable car to travel in. It's very quiet. It's very compared to my Tundra, it's lacking a few inches of legroom up in the front. When I'm talking legroom, I mean off to the side of the console. It's mostly, I probably wouldn't notice it driving on a long trip, except for my knee leaning against the door handle where your window switches are. But, it's super quiet, super comfortable ride. I could definitely travel in one of these long distances. It has cruise, lane departure, all that good stuff. So I would really, really enjoy driving one of these, like to the beach. It's got a huge cargo space in the back. I think if you had three people and all your gear, I think you'd be comfortable on a long vacation. Four people, you'd have to travel light. Leave the folding chairs at home. Just take soft bags. Don't take a suitcase like your Samsonite, and just put some soft bags in the back. You could put a cooler in one of the passenger seats in the back, and you do great. I don't know why we're going so slow. We're doing 30 miles an hour on this road. Actually, we're doing less than 30. Anyhow, the vehicle drives really nice, handles well. I can't really show you that too much at this speed, but it does handle well. Seems to get good gas mileage. I don't own this car, so I can't go on a trip and tell you. But I have a feeling with the hybrid motor, I wouldn't be filling this up very much. I'd probably be getting 400 and something, four and a quarter range out of this, and you know, I could drive all the way to the ocean practically with this, easily with this. So even under hard acceleration, there's hardly any engine noise. It's very quiet, and I really like that. All Subarus, the four bangers, they have a lot of engine noise. They're not straining. It's just the way a horizontally opposed engine drives. They have engine noise. So the Tundra's got engine noise, but that's a good kind. That's a V8 noise, and I really love that. But I can tell you right now, this handles really well. I like this. It's a I wouldn't call this a hatchback, a five-door hatchback. I would call it a SUV of sorts. Maybe it's a mix in between. It's a great size, easy to park, easy to back up. This thing just handles great. Has all the safety stuff. This is it's great. It's peppy. That's for sure. If you do the maintenance on these cars like on time, and you do the oil changes, and you do what's recommended, and if they do an inspection and you need brakes, just do it. You're not going to get it done cheaper anywhere else, especially if you have to drive somewhere else and waste gasoline. Just get the service done at Honda. Just go ahead and take care of it. You have to plan for that. It's expensive to own a vehicle unless you're a mechanic and do the work yourself. If you can't do it yourself, it's going to cost money, whether you have to drive across town to a independent or you have to drive to the dealer. If you do the service, you will get 200,000 miles or more on a vehicle. It can happen. So, and you just got to do the service. You do all of it. You catch things before they happen. It might be a little bearing or a pulley or something. They fix it, and it keeps the engine from crapping out on you. That's all I have to say about that. But anyways, this is a great value for a car. This would definitely be a car I would own and would be happy with my purchase. I don't know what other options they give you on these. Maybe you could get leather, and I don't know what that comes with. Maybe heated steering wheel like the Ridgelines and the Pilot. I just noticed this. It has paddle shifters. Let's go take it for another drive, and let's use those paddle shifters. So I'm looking at the shifter here. It's got, what is B? Yeah, so it must be, I'm not sure. It's got park, reverse, neutral, drive, B. Okay, I had it all wrong. This feature enhances confidence and convenience when driving downhill or in stop-and-go traffic. Shifting into B range increases the deceleration effect of lifting up on the accelerator, reducing the need to apply the brakes. So it's just a convenience thing for you when you're driving around. So you have to remember, when you use these paddle shifters, you have to shift. So here we go. We go plus with the right hand. Okay. And you downshift with the left hand. So let's go. Okay, second gear. third gear, fourth, I guess fifth. I'm not sure. There we go. And that's using the paddle shifters. I can downshift if I need to. That helps slow the car down or to go up hills. But it works pretty good. So I'm gonna put it in drive now. Okay, put it in drive and let the car do all the shifting. The engine feels very torquey, and I like that. It just seems to, like, when you give it the gas to go, it feels like you get a lot of torque and really some good acceleration. That'll help getting on the highway or if you need to pass somebody. So that's good. You want that for safety. Okay, guys, I hope you liked my video on the 2023 Honda CR-V Sport Hybrid. It's a fun vehicle to drive. It looks good with the black wheels. I wish they had blacked out the chrome and the emblems, but that's easy to do. You can buy those kits with the air release black wrap on Amazon, and you might be able to get the black emblem for the back. The Sport is in black, but the Honda one is not. But anyways, you could do that if you wanted, if it really bothered you. You could also do these wheel caps, and you could get black lug nuts. Honda sells a full set. So anyways, oh, it's got some nice things up here, so you can put a roof rack. I mean, this is a really nice vehicle. I think they finished it really nice. And, tell me what you think in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to end the video here. If you would, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. And check out my other videos on the Honda Ridgeline, the Tundra, and the Subaru. And I will see you next time. See ya.